Welcome. This webinar will cover how to correctly place your electronics line devices. In this presentation, we will cover the following topics. Installation order in an iConnect two-way system. After network establishment, we will start registration of each wireless device. Device registration steps. Each device requires that it be registered to the panel. Placing devices. We will review and suggest several recommended locations when installing devices. Device testing. We will review the testing steps for each device and for the entire installation. And we will end with some installation tips and recommendations. The recommended installation order is as follows. Power up the panel, register the devices, and then test them from the device side, and finally, verify the installation from the panel side by performing the smart test. We can now install and configure the panel. Here are some tips for device registration to the panel. Device registration must be performed from at least 1.5 meters away from the panel. At shorter distances, interferences between the panel and the device may occur. Registration is done by depressing the device's tamper during the registration mode. In case of a panel that cannot get a registration signal from a device, you need to perform the deletion procedure for the device before you can try to register it again. For a detailed instruction, go to the Device Registration and Deletion webinar. First, place the wireless device in the desired location to get the best room coverage. Second, check the signal strength from the device to the panel. If the signal strength is good, install the device permanently in your selected location. If the signal strength is weak, find a better place for the device or add a repeater and test the signal strength again. The RF signal test must be performed at the end of the installation. Initiate the test from the device side. Level 1 result is not acceptable. Please note, placing of a wireless device on the wall requires opening of the tamper in order to let the panel measure the distance between the device to the panel. With this knowledge recorded, the sending of future transmissions will therefore occur with the suitable RF signal strength. Note, communication trouble may result if devices are placed without first performing the test. After all the devices have been installed, a complete network two-way direction test from the panel is required to confirm acceptable communication between each device with the panel. At the end of this test, the system will display the test results for each device. The possible results are low, average, good, and excellent. A level of low is not acceptable. After inserting the battery in the detector, the red LED will turn on for 1 second, regardless of whether or not the detector is registered. If the panel is powered on and the detector is unregistered, then each press on the tamper will give 1 blink of a short red LED. If the panel is powered on and the detector is registered, then with each press on the tamper, the red LED will blink a few times and will refer to RF signal strength, where 4 blinks means that the signal strength is excellent, 3 is good, 2 is average, and 1 is low. Note, this indication refers only for newer versions of detectors and version 5.01.13 of the panel. If the panel is powered off and the detector is registered, no blinking will occur with each press on the tamper because the detector cannot transmit a signal to a powered off panel. When you need to move the panel from one place to another, for example another building, you need to first delete the RF network and delete all the wireless peripherals, and then perform new establishment and registration of all the wireless devices again in the new location. Please note, when moving the panel to another location inside the same building, you need only to perform the Smart Final test again. When the panel is not in use for extended periods of time, while disconnecting the panel from power, that is AC and backup battery, it is recommended to remove the batteries from all the wireless devices as well. Otherwise, a low battery condition will occur after a few months. You have now completed the Placing Devices in the Right Location webinar. Thank you for listening.